Guys, I just got approval from Lightstream and you will not believe the interest rate I just got. Holy bananas. Like, holy frickin' bananas.
Hi, Gizmo. You want to help me with the filming process? Thanks, buddy.
As the tiny house world expands and grows more and more mainstream, there's more financing options on the market for anybody looking for a loan. This is a video for you if you're looking to finance your tiny house and you want an opinion on what Lightstream is like IRL. This video is not sponsored and is purely my own opinions and experiences throughout the application process. Hey, my name is Rachel Going Tiny, and I'm in the process of buying my first tiny home from the company Zerosquared. If you're new here, please be sure and subscribe. I produce videos every single week about tiny homes, green lifestyle solutions, some minimalist inspired content with some decluttering in there. And also I talk about a lot of things that people tend to not talk about when they're going tiny, like their financing and their composting toilet. I have an entire series just dedicated to composting toilets, which you could say a lot more than, well, I use this toilet and it works great. So that's kind of my pet peeve when it comes to YouTube videos and people not wanting to talk about their composting toilet. In this video, we're going to be talking about exactly how long the tiny house financing process takes, what rates and terms they typically offer, and how flexible are they with funding, who do they approve and who do they deny. What kind of information do you need handy for a Lightstream loan application? Also, if you want the ins and outs of how my experience has gone, I'm going to be talking about that at the end of the video, just so you can get the bulk of what you need at the beginning, and if you want, you can skip out. If not, hey, let's stick around and get to know me better. There are loads of YouTube videos online that are tours of tiny houses or people documenting what it's like to build a tiny house. Those are all great videos, but there's not as much content that centers around people in the process of going tiny, and that's what this channel is all about. One of my favorite parts about the Lightstream application process was just how freaking fast it was. I've actually applied to another tiny house financing organization bank, and that took a real long time and it was a pain in the butt. Lightstream was 3 days. That's it. Just give them a round of applause quietly, because that was amazing. They didn't end up asking for any additional information, and after I did my initial application, they sent me the next email saying, hey, fill out this stuff. That was it. If you have any video ideas or requests, let me know in the comments down below. I do read everything, especially because we're such a small channel at this point. And actually later this month, I'm going to be doing a video that one of my subscribers, Mac, requested. Thank you so much, Mac, for suggesting the tiny house parking video. I'm super excited for talking about finding land for your tiny house. It's a really important topic that lots of people have questions on. So, you know, when I got approved for my tiny house loan, I looked like this. Sweet. But on the inside, I felt like this. You're much more likely to get approved for a Lightstream loan if you have minimal debt, if you have an excellent credit score, and if you already own property. I don't have any significant debt, but I don't own any property, but I do have a good credit score, so I think that's why I got the really awesome rate that I did. If you can find someone who's willing to co-sign with you, that will make a significant difference on the interest rate that you're offered, especially if that person is financially well off and has a long job history and owns property. So all those three things mean you'll likely get a significantly lower rate from them. One thing that I was surprised to hear from Living Tiny with the Bushes, another YouTube channel that covers tiny house related things, is that they ended up getting declined initially for their Lightstream loan, which surprised me. Because they had extensive credit history and were both employed at the time. But they ended up sending an email back saying, hey, I want to be approved for this. This is the reasons why I'm doing this. Please think about approving me. And that ended up working for them. So, take that with a grain of salt. But if you do end up getting an approval, maybe, or getting uh, say a hard no, uh, maybe think of that as a soft no and see if you can really talk to the company and see if they're actually interested in working with you guys. One of the things that I thought was really interesting about Lightstream is you could theoretically choose the date when you start payments. You could choose the date when you want the cash delivered to the tiny house builder or yourself. Weirdly, you could get it sent to yourself. I don't think that's the best idea, because what if someone hacks into your account and steals that money? But anyway, so that's an option too. This is the Lightstream website. They advertise rates at 5.95%. And if you do auto pay, you can get a little bit less percentage-wise in interest than you would if you would pay manually every month. Even though I did end up getting a really, really good rate, I think it was a little bit of a fluke, some good luck, and um, I'm not sure if everybody would end up qualifying for that. But I still think it's not necessarily a bad idea. As long as you pay these loans off really quickly, even if they are the super high interest loans, they could still be a positive financial decision for you. This is a really handy graph right here. On the vertical axis, it has all the loan amounts that they offer, and it goes all the way from $5,000 to $50,000, and what you can see here. And it talks about the terms too. Comments and suggestions really are leading me in the right direction, so I'm profoundly grateful for any insights or thoughts you guys may have. If you felt like you enjoyed this video, then go ahead and check out my other tiny house financing playlist videos that I made last month. The resource of the week this week is going to be the Tiny Project. They are a website that has information all about different tiny house insurance options and how to finance your tiny home, and has a lot of different information that I didn't even realize was possible. So I really hope that you find that helpful. I'll have a link to it down below in the description. Go ahead and check this out. It's super useful material. Thanks.